Tim Jansky and Jenny Laughlin now had new disguises, high-tech skin face masks that I created for them using my powers, and I got them both new identification cards, and I gave them both plenty of money, and I made them guns with my powers the same as mine but better, and I even repaired my new gun and reinforced it. I didn't want to kill anyone because I'm not a criminal. The guns are just for show, but they all have real bullets just in case so that we can defend ourselves. I may be a hero, but I'm not stupid. I'm not trying to be Superman. I'm just trying to prevent any unnecessary deaths. Jenny Laughlin and Tim Jansky are being careful now that they both know this is real, but they are also having fun while doing it, and they even recorded themselves as they were walking around without their masks on for just a little bit. And then the hunters went to Molly's bunker, but they couldn't get the information they needed, so that bought us plenty of time to get away. And somewhere in the city I met two kids that told me about a bunker out there somewhere, and a family that also knows where to find it. So I went to the address the kids gave me, and he said just don't mention hot dogs to the man living there, and I said I won't, I guess. And the kids said everyone is rooting for you, Ben Richards. In everyone's eyes you're a real hero, so stay alive. And I said I'll try, kid. And I thought, can I even die because of my powers that the presence gave me? And I thought maybe I could use it to my advantage. Maybe no one else has to die. Maybe I can save everyone involved in this insane game show. I got to the bunker safely with the man that helped me. His name is Elton Parakis, and his father was murdered by the network police force, and he told me about it. He said he sold hot dogs on the street and they killed him because he was a good cop and a good man. And he said, I know who you are, Ben Richards. You remind me of my father, and I hope you survive all this. And Victoria Parakis said, what a fine young man. We won't tell the cops shit. You have nothing to worry about. But if I see those other criminals, I'm calling the cops on them. And I said, ma'am, they are innocent people too, and I know it. They live in the same neighborhood as me, and they never did anything wrong. I think the network is lying to people, so don't believe the propaganda. And that's the last time I saw them. I've been in this bunker for days, and it has everything I need to survive for years, and I mailed in all my tapes over the past 30 days, and they never found me. And my family received all the money, and they announced me as the winner, and they said Tim Jansky and Jenny Laughlin are still hiding, and I didn't care about that, just that I had survived the 30 days. So one day I walked around in public without my disguise now that I knew my family was safe and everything was fine, and the hunters found me, and I said, hi Evan McCone, could I see your face? And he said, sure, Ben Richards, and I need to take you to see Dan Killian. He has something to talk to you about. And McCone didn't try to kill me or anything, and I asked him, did you kill Tim Jansky and Jenny Laughlin? And he walked over and whispered, no, we can't find them, but they got paid a lot of money already. Do you know where they are, Ben? And I told him the truth. I said, no, we split up, and I told them not to contact me. And he said, I see, so they are in a disguise, aren't they? And I said, yes, I told them to keep that way as long as it takes so they don't get killed. And I told him they are innocent kids, they did nothing wrong, so I helped them. And McCone said, I know, Ben Richards, that's why I'm not going to kill you. I don't want that on my conscience, but the boss has plans for you, and I think you will like them. He's going to offer you a job. I suggest you take it, Richards. And I didn't speak, and when I got to the building, the hunters and guards escorted me to Dan Killian, and he offered me a job on a show called Hero Team 1, and he asked me where the other runners are, and I said, I don't know, sir. I gave them disguises, and we separated and hid. I told to never contact me, and they listened. And he said, I see, so I will announce they are alive and that they won, and I will tell them to come to the network building and join your team as world police officers called Hero Team 1. You will all be paid millions of dollars a year, and now you just have to sign one more contract where you will have to be on a new show called Hero Team 1, and your team members will have to sign it also. And I signed it, and I asked, I won't have to kill any innocent people, will I? And he said, no, you won't. You will just be bringing criminals to justice and putting them in prison. We tell you where they are in the world, and you go get the criminals and you put them in prison. That's all. You don't have to kill anyone, Richards. That's your choice, and you will have to wait for your team, but you can go to the hotel room that I've set you and your family up in. And I took the deal and I went home.